New York, November 2. Reuters. President Donald Trump called for the death penalty on Wednesday for an Uzbek immigrant accused of plowing a truck down a New York City bike path, killing 8 people, describing the man as a terrorist. Hang-Seo, 29, who was hospitalized after he was shot by a police officer and arrested, told investigators he had been inspired by watching Islamic State videos and began planning Tuesday's attack a year ago, according to a criminal complaint filed against him on Wednesday. NYC terrorist was happy as he asked to hang ISIS flag in his hospital room. He killed 8 people, badly injured 12. Should get death penalty. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. November 2, 2017. Hang-Seo was charged with 1 count of providing material support and resources to a foreign terrorist organization, specifically Islamic State, and 1 count of violence and destruction of motor vehicles causing the deaths of 8 people. Manhattan Acting U.S. Attorney June Kim said the first count carries a maximum penalty of life in prison, while the second would make Hang-Seo eligible for capital punishment if convicted, if the government chose to seek the death penalty. Additional different charges could be brought later in an indictment, Kim said. Vehicle assaults similar to the New York attack took place in Spain in August and in France and Germany last year, claiming dozens of lives. Hang-Seo confessed to authorities that he made a trial run with a rental truck on October 22 to practice turning the vehicle and stated that he felt good about what he had done after the attack, the complaint said. St. Charles County Department of CORRECTIONSAFP via Getty Images. Hang-Seo, 29, as charged on Wednesday with 1 count of providing material support and resources to a foreign terrorist organization, specifically Islamic State, and 1 count of violence and destruction of motor vehicles causing the deaths of 8 people. The 10-page charging document said Hang-Seo waived his rights to remain silent and avoid self-incrimination in agreeing to speak to investigators without an attorney present from his bed at Bellevue Hospital Center in Manhattan. The complaint said Hang-Seo had requested permission to display the flag of the Islamic State militant group in his hospital room. It said he was particularly motivated by seeing a video in which Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, who led the campaign by Islamic State, also known as ISIS, to seize territory for a self-proclaimed caliphate within Iraq and Syria, exhorted Muslims in the United States and elsewhere to support the group's cause. Investigators found thousands of ISIS-related propaganda images and videos on a cell phone belonging to Hang-Seo, including video clips showing ISIS prisoners being beheaded, run over by a tank and shot in the face, the complaint said. The Federal Bureau of Investigation said it had located another Uzbek man, Muhammadwar Kadyrov, 32, wanted for questioning as a person of interest in the attack. U.S. law enforcement officials, speaking on condition of anonymity because the investigation was ongoing, told Reuters that Hang-Seo had been in contact with Kadyrov and another person of interest in the investigation, though they did not elaborate. Tuesday's assault was the deadliest in New York City since September 11, 2001, when suicide hijackers crashed 2 jetliners into the World Trade Center, killing more than 2,600 people. Of those killed, 5 were Argentine tourists, who were among a group of friends visiting New York to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the high school graduation. 1 was a Belgian citizen, 1 was a New York resident and 1 lived in New Jersey. Hang-Seo allegedly used a pickup truck rented from a New Jersey Home Depot store to run down pedestrians and cyclists along a 20-block stretch of the bike path that runs along the Hudson River before slamming into a school bus. According to authorities, he then exited his vehicle shouting Allahu Akbar, Arabic for God is greatest, and brandishing what turned out to be a paintball gun and a pellet gun before a police officer shot him in the abdomen. Hang-Seo lived in Paterson, New Jersey, a one-time industrial hub about 25 miles northwest of Lower Manhattan. Hang-Seo, seated in a wheelchair, appeared for a brief hearing in Manhattan federal court Wednesday evening before Magistrate Judge Barbara Moses appointed public defense attorney David Patton to represent him. Hang-Seo did not ask for bail and was remanded to federal custody. It was not immediately clear where he would be held. Earlier in the day, Trump said he would be open to transferring Hang-Seo to the military prison at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where other suspects including alleged September 11 plotters are held. Kim, the federal prosecutor, said there was nothing about charging Hang-Seo in civilian court that would necessarily prevent him from later being declared an enemy combatant. New York truck attack victims suggest a correction.